Hello everyone and welcome to my channel called The Moon Story Time. Thank you so much for coming, for subscribing to my channel, for your likes, comments, for your donations. All information for donation you can find down below in comments. Today we keep reading this lovely book called Grimm's Fairy Tales. I just love the drawing. That's why I keep going. And our story is the 12 Huntsmen. There was once a prince who lived in a place near his father's castle. The prince fell in love with a certain princess and wished to marry her. He even gave her a ring as a sign that they were to be wed. But before he could give his father the good news that he was engaged, a messenger arrived from the castle with news that the king had fallen seriously ill. The prince hurried to his father's castle and found that his father was dying. "My son," the king gasped, "here is my last wish. I want you to marry." And he named a princess who lived in a far-off land. The prince was so upset to see his father dying that he could not think straight about what he was doing. "Of course," he said, seeking to comfort the old man, "I will do as you wish." And the king shut his eyes and died. Oh wow. Over the next few weeks, everyone wore black and wept for the old king. Then the prince was crowned the new ruler. Next, the news was announced that the new king was going to marry the princess from the far-off land, and that she was already on her way to the castle. When the princess, who was already engaged to the prince, heard this, she cried, "Go kick his ass," as if she would never stop. Her father hated to see her so upset. "However, can I help you feel better?" he begged. "Whatever you want, I'll get it for you." Such a good father. But the princess didn't want cheering up. She just wanted her dear prince once more. So she thought hard and said, "Father, I would like you to find me 11 girls, but they must look exactly like me." Her father was puzzled, but he ordered his servants to search far and wide. Soon 11 young women were found who looked exactly like his daughter. Then the princess asked for 12 suits of huntsmen's clothes to be made, and she and the other 11 girls put them on. She said goodbye to her father, and she and the girls set off on horseback to her sweetheart's castle. The disgusted princess boldly asked to see the king. Her heart fluttered as she saw her beloved, but he did not recognize her. What? The princess asked if he needed any huntsmen. The king thought the 12 men looked so smart that he found himself saying yes. Now The king had a pet lion who knew all sorts of secrets. That evening, as the lion sat at the king's feet, he looked up at his master and said, "Your 12 new huntsmen are actually 12 girls." "No, surely not," said the king in great surprise. "Prove it." "All right," said the lion. "Order some peas to be scattered in the hallway. Men have a firm step, so when they step on the peas, they will squash them. But girls will trip and slip." "Are you serious?" The king thought that was a great idea and ordered the peas to be scattered in the hallway. Little did he knew that his cousin Duke had overheard everything he had said. The Duke liked the boldest of the girls and thought he would try to help them. So he crept away and told them of the lion's plan. Next morning, the king had the 12 huntsmen called before him. They came into the hallway where the peas were lying and stepped firmly on them and squashed them all. When they went away again, the king said to the lion, "You are wrong. They walk just like men." Here are they walking over the peas like a man. Funny story. The lion replied calmly, "Someone must have told them about our plan with the peas." But the king had lost patience and no longer believed him. The next day, the king called for the 12 huntsmen to lead him on a hunt through the forest, and they all set off. As they were riding through the trees, a messenger rode out to meet them with news that the king's new bride would be arriving at the castle that very day. When the princess heard this, she felt as though her heart were breaking, and she fell to the ground in a faint. Oh man. The king raced at once to the fallen figure, thinking that the brave captain of his huntsmen had been taken gravely ill. He sprang off his horse and bent over her, taking off the huntsman's helmet and gloves. When he saw the lovely face of his princess and recognized his ring on her finger, he grasped in surprise and joy. "Forgive me, father," he murmured, "but I cannot marry the other princess." "Ah, I am sure if I had been able to tell you about my true love, you would have been very happy for me to marry her." Then he kissed his true sweetheart, and when she opened her eyes, he told her, "You are mine, and I'm yours, and nothing will ever keep us apart." Immediately the king sent a messenger to explain to the princess from the far off land that he was very sorry that she had traveled all that way, but he could no longer marry her. As luck would have it, she wasn't disappointed at all. She had arrived at the castle and immediately met the Duke, with whom she had fallen in love straight away. And so 2 weddings were celebrated instead of one, and they were very grand and happy affairs indeed. Hundreds of guests ate, drank, and danced for 3 days and nights, and the lion was the guest of honor, of course. God have planned for everyone, I guess. Here they are. Thank you very much, my dears. See you next time. Bye.